Fool, one day you hear. And then you're gone.
Hi guys, welcome back. You're on Follow Paula. I'm Paula. This is my husband Rick. And what are we doing today?
Today we are doing a Q&A. It's been several months since we've done a Q&A. And since it's the beginning of the year, we're starting fresh.
So why not?
Yeah, why not?
So I posted a picture on Instagram and I asked people to ask whatever they'd like.
Yeah, so if you're only on here, you should be going on there if you want to get your questions answered next time.
Yeah. And it's super easy to find me. Follow Paula. It's the same. So a lot of good questions.
And we'll both be sort of answering some of them.
Yeah,
because we have some different opinions, but a lot of them are the same opinions.
So let's get started.
If you hear some random noises in the background, that is our puppy going nuts. It is 12 o'clock at night, which is midnight.
12:30.
Yeah, it's 12:30. We've had a busy day, but we are not going to go without
there he is,
getting our stuff done.
You see him?
He's dragging his bed around. There, see him?
Rocky.
He doesn't like us doing videos, but hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
All right, so
he acting crazy.
Let's get this started. And if your question, we're going to try to answer as many questions as possible. But if it ends up going too long, we will be doing a part 1 and a part 2 and etc. So let's get this going. The first question is, and they say, serious question. In the evenings, when you work out, do you work out before or after you eat dinner?
Okay, so I prefer to work out in the morning. I do work out on an empty stomach only because that is my preference. It's not because I'm on a fasted type cardio or anything like that. It's just preference. I don't like the way I feel when I have eaten something, or if I'm really hungry because I didn't eat enough the night before, or sometimes I just get home too late, then I will just have a protein shake. If I do work out at night, it's directly after work. So I don't even have time to eat anything. I just go directly from work. So I'm going to say when I'm at work and I go to work out, the last time I probably ate would be like 2-3 o'clock.
Yeah, so about 4 to 5 hours prior.
With no food?
Yeah.
So, if I'm extremely hungry, then I will get a snack. Like, we've gotten beef jerky before we go work out.
Yeah, we'll only eat something before we work out if it's been a lot of hours the night before since we ate.
Feel good.
We have to be straight starving, but a lot of people will say, "Oh, you should eat before you work out, or you're not going to have as much strength." But I feel that's untrue because it doesn't really affect us at all.
No.
So go by how you feel. If you can work out good.
But some people don't like to work out on a super, stuffed feeling either.
Her biggest problem with that is cardio. When she's doing a class, she don't like bouncing around and feeling food in her stomach. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much what that comes down to. So for you, do try both and see what you prefer.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. I don't really understand that one.
Which one?
What adjustments, if any, have you made to workouts? Food planning.
Okay, so I adjust my workouts depending on my level. So meaning by level, I mean by how well my form is. So I'll adjust the amount of weight, and I'll change what days I do my workouts on. I'll switch that around. Adjustments on food is basically, are you laughing at Rocky right in the middle of
yeah.
us in the background?
It's funny because he's the guy in the background on the news, they want attention.
That's him.
Yeah, that's him.
So adjustments on food will be I always look for new things to try out, and then I adjust it accordingly to how I see it working with my weight loss.
We basically adjust everything like as we progress.
Mm-hmm.
It's the thing that gets in the way is when we just say, "Who cares? I don't care about my planning. I don't care about what I know.
This.
I don't care about anything except for I'm just gonna eat bad."
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about not knowing. It's not about not planning. It's not giving a crap. And this comes down to it doesn't matter who your trainer is. It doesn't matter what diet plan you follow. It comes down to only this. Nobody can, no outside motivation.
No one can force you to eat.
No outside motivation can make this change. Only you can make that change.
Like they might have given you, hey, you're going to eat this at this time. You're going to do this at this time. But guess what? When true life hits, you missed a meal. You missed the second one. You all of a sudden don't care and you have that bag of chip or you have that piece of chocolate. And for like, whatever so-and-so said to do, it doesn't even matter anymore. Because
actually, you know what I would say?
It matters what you do.
Plan to fail and plan to recover good.
Yeah.
Because you're going to fail.
Yeah.
So you better learn to recover from it.
Yeah.
Don't think that you're never going to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not even part of the question. But be prepared to fail at whatever it is that you're trying. Because it's a new experience. So don't be afraid to fail because you can always just learn from
What do you
that.
want?
He's asking a question. Why is my pillow on the floor?
He dragged it on the floor.
Ooh, he gonna get a whooping.
Not really. Okay. So
You're acting a fool, Rocky.
next, well, a few people are asking about the sweater. Where is the Metroplex sweater from? For those that don't know more about you.
Those of you who are new to the channel, when I found weightlifting and when I fell in love with weightlifting, it was in, what year was it?
That we started taking it serious with 2012.
That's when we went to Metroplex?
Yeah.
So in 2012, we were living in Long Beach. I'm originally from Long Beach, but then I moved to Orange County to live with Rick because he's from Orange County. And we ended up moving back to Long Beach. And we came across this gym. So we decided to go there. I fell in love with weightlifting. And I had previously lost a lot of weight. He's out of control. Anyways, so I lost a lot of weight. I ended up falling in love with weightlifting, enjoying it. And from there, we started going there for a few years. And basically, what else?
Well,
So it's from Metroplex, Long Beach.
Yeah, and then we started working out with
CT Fletcher.
CT Fletcher before he really started getting popular.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see her on old videos of his on there.
So yeah.
Sheesh, this dog's a daredevil. I try to put him down, he wants to do backflips. Okay, we get it. We'll get your questions on the next one. The doggy edition.
Rocky's a ham.
Yeah.
Does he remind you of someone?
You. Oh man, we will keep that one between us. He wants to have it. He wants to be the center of attention. He's got his own Instagram. I guess now he needs his own YouTube.
Huh. Okay.
Anyways,
So,
let's get back to this. Is it still recording? Okay, good. Next question. What has been the biggest struggle for you on your fitness journey?
biggest struggle has to be, for sure, diet. And by diet, I mean just, I don't even know how to explain
I wouldn't say really diet because
Not really
because
diet,
you know how to
because
diet.
I've made it into a lifestyle where I don't mind eating healthy. Like, I enjoy it. I enjoy cooking healthy meals.
Actually, I would say okay. The biggest thing is letting one bad meal lead to a week and then lead to a month.
Yeah.
And then by that time, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
And letting
And also,
until reality sets in.
Also, learning to be able to go celebrate with family, like see family and stuff, without feeling the need to have to eat what they're eating. And that's not just my family, but at Rick's family's house as well. I can't go to his grandparents' house and not tap into the chips. And Rick can't go to his grandparents' house because his grandma knows he loves cookies. So she's always like, have
Baking
you looked in the cookie jar?
Yeah.
Because I left you.
And it's okay to do it every
there.
once in a while,
Yeah.
but for us, we have like gateways where we'll turn into a week.
Yes.
And
we'll do really well, and then we'll be like, oh, well, we already ate bad this whole weekend. Let's keep it going for another week.
No, at that point, we won't even think about it.
Yeah,
it's
like
whatever.
we don't think about it. It's just
we'll stay consistent on our workouts. But,
a habit.
Yeah, and so that's the thing that we're learning from now is like
how to bounce back.
Not even that. What can we do to not let it turn into an entire week, an entire day? Leave it at just a meal and not overdo it.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is a struggle for a lot of people.
I think that's what people struggle the most with. Just
'Cause
getting back.
Every diet plan
track.
that has you burning more calories than you're eating is going to work. It's when you like do that type of thing. And no trainer and no person can tell you, hey, you can do it or this and that, because they're not with you when you're at your family party. They're not with you when you're sad. They're not with you when you're happy.
They're not with you at work when someone brings donuts and cookies.
Yeah, so no one can like make you do anything but you. So if you do it, don't be too depressed about it. Just learn to recover, which I go back to learn to fail and learn to bounce back and learn from it. Okay, let's go to the next one. How do you stay motivated? I easily lose motivation.
So I've said this lots of times and lots of times. Lots and lots of times. Motivation will get you started. But you just need that self-belief in yourself to continue to go every day, even when you don't want to do it. So motivation will get you started for a little bit. After that, it's up to you to just push yourself, get your butt out of bed, get your butt to the gym, get your butt to cook whatever you have to, because that motivation is not going to be there your whole journey. And let me tell you, a weight loss journey or whatever your journey is in life, it's not going to be flat. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, and the only person that can get you through it is yourself. And
when you think things are going smoothly is when it just hits you right in the face and you're not prepared for it. So it is much mental as it is a physical thing. Like doo-doo
comes out of left field.
Yeah, if you are like relying on other people for motivation, they're not going to help you when your shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, when life
they're
like,
not going to be there.
Because they're not going through what you're really going through.
No. And they're not going to, I'm going to say 90% of people are not going to understand what you're going through. They're not going to feel what you're feeling. It's impossible for you to stay motivated through someone else continuously.
Yeah.
Or for you to just have that motivation of, oh, I want to lose 10 pounds. Because guess what? When you realize that you've only lost 2, that motivation dwindles away like that.
Yeah, and not to be controversial, but most of these people talking about motivation haven't been through anything.
Yeah.
So they're going to tell you how to be this, but what have they been through?
Yeah.
And how can you really relate to them?
Unless they've been through the same struggle as you.
Yeah, and a lot of people that I see that are like trying to be motivating, as soon as their life hits the fan, they disappear too. Mm-hmm. So.
And they start selling less.
Yep.
So yeah, so just don't think about motivation. Just think about doing better every day.
Think about why you got started.
One thing that you can do better each day.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what we're starting to do now. Instead of like having a goal of 10 months down, it's just every day when we wake up, we want to do our best that day. And time is going to pass regardless.
It sure is.
You can either give your best each day, or you can just
give up,
or just worry about something later on. And then if you start thinking, oh, I didn't hit that goal. But if you just live it one day at a time, give it your best, you'll eventually get there, and it's going to be what it is.
And you might find out when you get there that you've succeeded at something totally different that you weren't even expecting. It's
something that you didn't even plan out.
Yeah.
Like, it just comes over like, wow, I didn't even know I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to the next one. Do you do cardio every day?
No.
No. Our cardio has really been slacking lately.
Yeah.
Like, for us, we'll start doing a little bit at a time, and then add a little bit more. Because if you just start, like, something like...
say it's the very first time you're working out, and you go and you do cardio every single day. The faster you're going to burn out, the faster you're going to quit.
Exactly.
So take it slow. You don't have to jump on a freaking treadmill and run. You don't have to jump on an elliptical and do an hour. Start walking. Start just moving. Find something enjoyable to you.
Yeah.
Something that you can do best.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and especially if you're at the beginning, you need to find stuff that you enjoy. Because I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, I hate doing cardio. I don't like working out."
How do you stay an hour on there? It's like, it's taken me a while to be able to stay on there an hour. And currently, I haven't been doing an hour. The most I've been doing is 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's close to an hour. But
yeah. But when we are sticking to
day.
it's finding something to distract you, or just try to...
Yeah.
What's the word? Like, zone out. Try to just zone out on it. Don't think like, oh, I'm so bored. Don't make it miserable than it has to be.
Yeah, don't make it miserable. Don't go on a machine and be like, ugh, 30 minutes. Oh my God, it's only been 2. And then you just slow yourself down. You know, find something that you
don't
enjoy.
be a boohoo me.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go to the next one. How many times a day do you work out?
Okay, so that's a good question.
It's a good question, but it depends.
Depends. I've worked out twice a day, sometimes 3. It just depends on my day, how much time I have, how much energy I have, and yeah. So, say on a day where I do 3 workouts, it will be my strength training, probably a Zumba class, or just 30 minutes on the elliptical, and then later on in the night a Zumba class. That schedule is when I do three times.
But this isn't all the time.
No,
like,
I
we have to work
that
too.
in a really long time because I do work a full-time job. So yeah.
Yeah, just instead of focusing on like how many times, like if you have a goal for that day, like we said, do your strength training.
Just focus
get that
on
done.
getting to the gym and doing something.
Yeah. Next one.
It doesn't have to be perfect or a perfect plan. You know,
okay, here's a difficult tongue twister question. You ready?
Okay.
If you could tell your yesterday self one thing you learned today, what would it be? What would you tell your summer self one thing you learned this winter? What would you tell yourself before you began this journey that you hope to learn tomorrow? If you can remember half of that.
Dang, girl.
Well, they have 420 in there. They have 420, so...
Oh, they was high than fat. But damn, that is a high question, though. Think about it.
Too bad we don't smoke weed. We might have a better answer.
I definitely have better answers.
Okay, try to think of this.
Okay, do one question at a time.
If you could tell your yesterday self one thing you learned today, what would it be?
Something I learned today.
We need to go to sleep earlier?
Yes. Take your butt to sleep earlier.
But luckily we have the day off. Okay. What would you tell your summer self one thing you learned this winter?
I would tell myself to have fun, enjoy doing outdoor activities that keep me like mentally just not aware of like my problems, because those problems are going to eventually go away. So for me to just focus on the now and not the later.
And this is what you learned during winter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, one thing that she was telling me was not to let her birthday, which is the end of summer, beginning of fall,
Yeah, but that's not winter.
turn into a whole...
She said winter.
I know, but it turned into like... that's usually when
So
we start going crazy.
For summer, because we haven't been doing any outdoor activities, and I was just talking about this on something else.
Mm-hmm.
That during summer, I like to like go to the pool. I like to go chill by the beach or something, and just like meditate and just keep my mental health like in check.
And we have a lot more fun when we're working when we're working out like outdoors.
Eat a damn frog.
Yeah, it must have been one of Rocky's hairballs.
So
we would have a lot more fun. Like before, we were like serious into working out. We'd go to the beach. Sometimes we'd go boogie boarding. Mm-hmm. We'd go hiking. Like we like to have fun, and the best thing that I could say is learn to have fun that doesn't revolve around food all the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said find activities that are fun, not find a new taco spot or a new steak spot. So I would definitely tell myself to just be more adventurous.
Yeah, outside of adventurous food. What would you tell yourself before you began this journey that you hope to learn tomorrow? And by this journey, we've been on several journeys. So at this one, we kind of feel that we've learned a lot through all the other ones.
Yeah, so it's so hard because you go through so many different journeys and so many different experiences as life progresses.
Yeah, just think of journeys as experiences.
Yeah. So I don't know what I would tell myself. I just learned so much.
Yeah, you're always going to learn something new today, tomorrow. Just based on what you experience come at you that you don't expect is what you learn from.
I'd tell myself, just continue to go with your gut feeling, trust in yourself, and don't trust in like that everything is going perfect, because things are bound to go wrong. So just learn how to not stress out so much and just keep it moving. Yeah. That's what I would tell myself.
Yeah, because some people have like self-doubt. So you don't want to be too like, worried. You just got to be somewhere in the middle. Accept things are going to happen, but learn to bounce back from them and keep moving forward.
Yeah, and just keep trusting yourself.
Yep. Next question. How do you overcome self-doubt?
How do I overcome it? I don't know. I really don't. I've learned to not doubt myself. Like, I learned this a long time ago. I'm gonna say maybe when I was in high school. It all started with testing. I've always had this like issue when it comes to testing. I used to doubt myself. And my older sister Lilia, she's always been into like yoga and like breathing techniques and all these things, and she used to like quiz me, and I would do so good, and she was like, "Oh, you're gonna do so good," or whatever. And then come testing, and I freaking bomb. And then she was like, "You need to stop doubting yourself," because that's what I would do. I would like second guess myself. So from there, I just learned to go with like the first thing that pops into my head. And I just learned to just like stop, breathe if I feel that I'm like starting to doubt anything that I'm looking to move forward on. And then I'm just like, you know what? If I fail or if I bomb this, like whatever I'm trying to do, I'm just going to take a breather and I'm just going to do it. Because there's no need on working yourself up about not accomplishing something when you haven't even tried it. So just try it. If you fail, you fail. And honestly, that's just...
Okay, so when we used to go to college, she did a public speaking class. Mm-hmm. And she used to have a problem with public speaking, too. Oh, yeah. I remember. Like, you're always like, I don't want to do this. Dancing feet, yeah.
I had
And
dancing feet.
As someone who's been like competitive most of his life, and because I used to be a street dancer and I would travel around doing battles, with anything in life, the first time you do something is always going to be the worst. You're always going to self-doubt yourself. But the more you do it, the less you're going to doubt yourself. So whatever it is, start and just keep on doing it, and you'll just get like more confident about it, and you'll get better at it. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Just get started.
You have to
just remember,
try it.
everybody when they get started with something is going to be like, oh, I don't know. Am I going to be good at this?
Yeah.
Oh, what if I look dumb? That's going to be everybody. Just believe that you are not alone in that, and that you will get better. And everybody's been a beginner, and everybody will excel if they stick to it.
Mm-hmm. All it is freaking practice.
Yep.
So yeah. So just don't be afraid. It always falls down to don't be afraid to fail.
Exactly.
And don't be afraid to look dumb. Because to you, you might feel like you're looking dumb. But like everyone else.
Yeah, you know what that just made me think of?
Dumb then.
A lot of people are like worried about other people looking at them, but most people are probably thinking everybody thinks they look dumb. So
Yeah,
they're not
that's what
thinking
I'm saying.
that you look dumb. They
look
think that
dumb.
you think they look dumb.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny that
Yeah.
everybody's probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. So hopefully these are somewhat helpful. Do you always do cardio right after your weightlifting?
I don't always do cardio right after my deadlifting. Why am I thinking about deadlift?
Because that's tomorrow.
Because there's no reason to be alive if you can't deadlift. Anyways, so sometimes if I wake up a little late and I want to make it to a Zumba class, which Zumba is cardio, guys, and weightlifting is cardio as well. Anything that gets your heart pumping and works you up is considered cardio. So, what was I going to say? Yeah. So if I wake up late and I want to get to a Zumba class, then I don't do my weightlifting until after. However, I do prefer my cardio after my weightlifting only because I like to push myself every time to either do more reps or do more weight. So I like to use my energy on that, because if I'm going to just put myself on a machine, I'm going to end up burning the same amount regardless, because you're going to be on there. And if you're not into it, you're just going to be like, blah, 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 whatever, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're looking at cardio to lose weight, then you're looking at it for calories. So however long it takes you, like go on that mindset, like I want to burn 300 calories, however long it takes. If it takes you 30 minutes that day, okay. If it takes you 40 minutes that day, okay. If it takes you 20 minutes that day, okay. But don't stop until you hit that cardio. But with weights, you may think that your strength is at something, but if you wasted your energy on cardio and you go do that weight, you can injure yourself. Now,
Not just injure yourself.
not to be rude, but if you hurt yourself on cardio, you're freaking retarded. But you can like if you fall over, you're just clumsy. But you can really hurt yourself on weights. Like let's say you unrack something and you go down and it gets stuck on you. You could hurt your shoulders. You could do squats and hurt your legs.
So you want to be able to have the most energy when
strength
training, yeah.
So you don't get injured, because it's when you're on a weight loss journey or any kind of journey that's a long journey, the last thing you need is
Injuries.
Everything is about being safe and pushing yourself as long as you are being safe. Because if you get set back, that's twice as long. And what do people do when they're set back? They're going to eat because they're depressed.
And then you're just sedentary. You can't do nothing.
Yeah, you can't do anything. So if your friend's calling you to go out, you're like, oh, I can just sit around and do nothing. Yeah. So I'll go hang out with them and I'll just eat. And next thing you know, you put on more weight than when you started, and then you're restarting again and you're depressed about that.
True that.
So it's just a cycle.
So we're going to go ahead and end this one, and I'll see you for part 2.